Back in the 90s, when I was a kid, Friday nights meant hanging out with friends, gaming, and pizza. And nothing made us crave pizza more than the Ninja Turtles. One of my favorite games to co-op with friends was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time on the SNES. And with most Ambernick devices, it makes it possible to do just that. And now, although times have changed since then, my taste buds haven't. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different because I'm going to teach you how to make the perfect retro pizza. This isn't just a recipe, this is a ritual, a tribute to the golden age of gaming, and gaming and pizza for me will always be the ultimate combo. Alright, to get started is step 1. Any main foundation to any good pizza is obviously the dough. And while it may seem intimidating at first, creating a solid dough is quite easy. All you do is get a cup of warm water, pour it into a medium-sized bowl, toss in 2 teaspoons of dry active yeast, a tablespoon of sugar, and mix it all together. Boom, you're done. Go ahead and beat a few levels of Turtles in Time while that mixture rests, and then it's on to step 2. Once it's nice and frothy, toss in 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of the best olive oil you can find. Pro tip, Costco has some of the best olive oil around, highly recommended. Now, mix it all up with your hands or fork or whatever you got until it starts to look like dough. Step 3, toss some flour onto a countertop and then begin kneading the dough like it owes you money. Step 4, after asserting dominance over the dough, place it back into the bowl after applying a little bit of olive oil on the sides of the bowl and then cover it up. Step 5, next is time to make the sauce. Now here's my secret recipe, one that I swore I would never share. Sorry grandma. Start with a can of fresh whole tomatoes. You can find these cans everywhere. Dump it into a bowl. Add 6 to 7 grinds of salt, 15 grinds of black pepper, 2 large spoons of sugar, a bit of red pepper flakes, a dash of sage powder, oregano powder, olive oil, garlic, basil, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, and a couple bits of jalapenos. I'm using an emulsifier. You can use whatever you want to blend all of it until it's reduced to a sauce. Next step is optional, but I like my sauce thick, so I run this sauce through a strainer to get some of the excess water out. Once that's done, it's back to gaming, and after another couple levels is on to step 6. Now take that dough and turn it into a nice ball. You can rub a little bit of flour on your hands to make it easier. Then flatten that sucker with your hands into the best circle you can make. Get your rolling pin and roll this sucker out nice and thin or thick, however you like. There's no right or wrong way to do this, just flatten it out. I'm using a pizza tray, you can use a baking pan, whatever. Step 7, set your oven to 475 degrees Fahrenheit or 245 degrees Celsius and then add that sauce onto the beautiful dough. I like to leave some of the dough spilling over the edges of the pan, you'll see why later. And then we're on to step 8. This is the cheese. It's super important. You don't want that pre-shredded nonsense. Get a ball of low moisture mozzarella and make Shredder proud. Toss all the cheese until your heart's content on top of that pizza. Now here's where I like to level up the pizza a bit and add ciliegine cheese, okay? Ciliegine means cherries in Italian, so they're smaller little mozzarella balls. I crush these up and I line the ciliegine edges of the pizza, alright? I'm just lining it up, boom. Once you're done, I then use the excess dough to wrap it around, creating the perfect cheese-filled crust. And lastly, step 10, just add whatever the hell you want on your pizza. For me, I'm gonna keep it retro classic, and I'm gonna add some pepperoni, tossing that in, set the timer to 15 minutes, and get back to gaming. Once that timer goes off, check the pizza and add a few more minutes until that cheese is perfectly golden brown. My oven is so old, you never know how it's gonna bake, so I just like to add another 3 to 4 minutes, and bam, the Friday night trifecta. Good company, good games, and good pizza. Just look at this. It doesn't get better than this, folks. Pop in your favorite 90s movies, sit back, and dig in. I hope you enjoyed this retro recipe episode. I know I did. Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to see more of my retro recipes, there's more where that came from. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and tippity tap the notifications to stay up to date on all my videos on retro tips, tricks, reviews, and giveaways. And since you're in the retro spirit, there's one new homebrew Game Boy game I think every retro enthusiast should try. It's as good as this pizza, and that video is coming up right now.